Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So yesterday I told you guys, or I dropped a video explaining how Lakshmi gave birth to twins, that is Rohan and Parvati, and how Lakshmi lost Rohan, and then the Oberoi family got to adopt Rohan, and they are taking care of Rohan, not knowing that Lakshmi is Rohan's mother, and Rishi also did not know that Lakshmi is Rohan's mother. And then that was after the show takes a 7-year sleep. I explained everything that happened before the show takes a 7-year sleep. So if you are yet to watch that video, please check the comment section, because I'll be dropping the link of that video in the comment section, because after you watch that video, that is when you'll be able to understand all the update I'll be dropping on Unfortunate Love. So watch that video and then come back to watch this. And for those that has already watched that video, please keep watching this. 7 years later, in a village, the children are playing in the school. Some girls are playing with ball. One girl throws the ball in the room of another building, and she asks a girl called Pinky to go and get the ball, else the teacher will scold them. Pinky goes to the building and sees fire in the building, and she shouted, calling Parvati. Parvati gets up from her bench inside the class and she comes there. The children shouted for help from the teacher. Parvati runs from there to go to where the fire is burning. Lakshmi is seen with the tractor because she is now a farmer in her village. The teacher sees Parvati climbing the burning building to save Pinky, and she calls Lakshmi and informs her everything. Lakshmi shouted Shalu and tells her that Parvati went to save Pinky from the fire. Shalu says, I will drive the tractor, and both Shalu and Lakshmi get into the tractor, and Shalu drives the tractor while Lakshmi prays for the children's safety. Parvati managed to get inside the burning room and calls Pinky. Pinky says, I am here. Parvati asks Pinky to come with her, else the fire would increase. Pinky refused to go with Parvati. Parvati says, then why did you call me? And Parvati wanted to leave angrily, but Pinky asked Parvati to take her along, and Parvati asked Pinky to come behind her. At the Oberoi house, Rishi comes downstairs while talking on the phone. Grandma gives Rishi the outie plate. Rishi touches the lamp flame accidentally, and he burns his hand at the same time that Parvati also gets small burn from the burning building in the village, and both Rishi and Parvati says the same thing. Grandma asks Rishi not to tell Neelam about his burnt hand, and she apologizes to him. Rishi asks the servants not to tell his mom. Neelam hears them and comes downstairs worriedly. At the village, Lakshmi asks about Parvati. The teacher says Parvati is inside and the fire brigade is called already, but Lakshmi says we cannot wait till the fire brigade comes here. Inside the burning building, Pinky refuses to go with Parvati, fearing that they will get burnt, but Parvati tries to convince her. Lakshmi shouted Parvati, and Parvati also shouted Mom. At the Oberoi house, Neelam comes downstairs like an obsessive mother, and she looks at Rishi's burnt hand and she gets worried. Rishi says to Neelam that he is fine and it was his mistake that he burnt his hand while taking the God's blessings from Grandma because he was talking on the phone. Rishi asks, should I go? Grandma says you need to take someone else's permission before going. Rishi remembered his son Rohan and says of course. At the village, Lakshmi climbs on the ladder and gets inside the burning room. Lakshmi asks Parvati and Pinky. Parvati asks Lakshmi to take Pinky out of the place first. Lakshmi says she will take both of them out, and she covers both of them under the blanket with her, and she asks them not to be scared. Parvati says to Lakshmi that she will not be afraid when her mother is here. Lakshmi comes out of the burning room and sees the big fire, but she managed to come downstairs with the children. Shalu asks Parvati. Lakshmi asks Pinky and asks if she is fine, and Pinky says yes. The teacher thanks Lakshmi, and Lakshmi takes Paru, that is Parvati, outside. At the Oberoi house, Rishi pretends seeing his son Rohan. Rohan asks Rishi to show him his hand, and he applies ointment to him. Rishi asks that, how did you know that I am hot? Rohan says, I am your son and I know everything. Neelam smiles. Rohan asks if Neelam was fooling him. Neelam says yes, and Rohan says, I will not talk to you. Rishi says to Rohan that when you care so much for me, then I feel good. He says you are the best son of the world. Rohan says you are not the best dad. Rishi tries to cheer him up and asks him to say that he is the best father. Rohan says no, and he asks Rishi to become a cock. Rishi tries to sit like a cock so that Rohan can call him the best dad. He says to Rohan that you are like your dad. Rohan pretends as if he has taken Rishi's photos while he was bending as a cock. Neelam asks Rohan to upload the pictures on social media and everyone laughs. Rishi asks Rohan to delete the photo. Rohan says he has fooled Rishi. Rishi takes Rohan and hugs him and they begin to play. Karishma says to Neelam that it was Rishi's good decision to bring Rohan to their house. Neelam says to Karishma that it was the best decision that they throw Lakshmi out of the house and out of Rishi's life because Lakshmi is unlucky. Meanwhile, in the village, the children were clapping and calling Lakshmi a lucky teacher because Lakshmi saved Paro and Pinky from the fire. So it is quite unfortunate that after 7 years, Neelam still considered Lakshmi to be unlucky and inauspicious, just like she used to call her. But thankfully, the children, small children at the village school, sees Lakshmi as a lucky teacher because she always put others before herself. So this is the first episode after the show takes a 7-year sleep, and it is shown that Lakshmi is now a village teacher and also a farmer, and she now lives in the village taking care of her girl Paro, who is also Parvati, and Rishi is now a business tycoon and still living in the city, and he also has a son called Rohan, and I've already made a video telling you guys how Rohan is also Lakshmi's son. So later, Rishi and Parvati are going to meet, and Lakshmi and Rohan are going to meet, but none of them will know that Rohan is actually their blood. So this is the update. I've decided to be giving at least one episode of the upcoming episode or upcoming update of Unfortunate Love on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.